I know that you want to be an authentic speaker. I know that this is important to you. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to actually become an authentic speaker, giving you 3 tips that you can borrow from me today to start showing up with a feeling of flow, consistency in how you show up, and overall having fun as you speak. I think that that's an underrated value and takeaway of being authentic is that not only is your listener and audience really vibing with you, they can tell that you're confident, they can tell that you're speaking about something that you love, but you are enjoying speaking again. And if we need to follow that thread of why is it important to enjoy speaking, let me clearly and quickly lay it out. You'll speak more. Whatever you enjoy doing, you'll do more of. And quite frankly, we need you showing up all the time, whether that's making content, making videos, podcasts, getting on stages, speaking up more at home, speaking up more at work. So let's talk about what authenticity isn't. Authenticity is not a thought. To be authentic, it's not good enough to just think your way to authenticity. Conceptualizing who you think you are, what you stand for, and how you need to be presenting yourself. If you're thinking about those things, you are conceptualizing who you are. But think about it. If I'm going to live an authentic life, I'm not just going to sit around thinking about how to live my authentic life, right? We're actually going to live our life. If you're into kayaking, you're going to kayak. If you're into sewing, you'll sew. If you're into sports, you'll do sports, etc. Right? Like living authentically means an action. It's a thing you do. And so what I want you to think about right now is that authenticity is not a concept to think about. It is a feeling inside of you. Authenticity, to be authentic is to feel your authenticity, to feel who you really are, and holding steady every single day so that it becomes more and more familiar. I think that's another issue that a lot of entrepreneurs have is that they get bits and pieces and tastes here and there of their authenticity, but they don't stay put. Like we can't quite define it. And so then it becomes something you can't practice. And that's important here. Authenticity needs to be practiced. Authenticity is a feeling that needs to be practiced often. So how do we get into this feeling state? How do we actually define the feeling of your authenticity? I want to give you those 3 steps right now to actually do this. One of the more important things too, before I get into these 3 points, is for you to recognize that authenticity is important, but what's more important is that you are speaking about what you love, that you are enjoying your topic, and that you are loving yourself in the process. Those 2 things right there, enjoying your topic and loving yourself, equate to a really good feeling inside of yourself. One of, I belong and I can contribute. And I'm awesome and people like me and I love myself. And those feelings are the basis of you living an authentic life and speaking in an authentic way. On the other side of things, your customer side, you want to be authentic because people can sense when you're not being authentic, and that can repel people. So we really do want to dial into how to get you to be authentic. So let's get into it. 3 things you're going to do every single day. Remember, repetition is the mother of invention. I can't remember the saying right now, but that's okay. Repetition, just like going to the gym, will build that muscle. Okay. So the very first thing to feel and ground yourself into your authenticity is to start to use mantra. Mantra means to protect the mind from itself. So essentially, we're using mantra, which are sacred syllables and sounds, for you to get out of your head, to get out of the overthinking. And remember how we said authenticity is a feeling, it's not a concept. So by using mantra, we are stopping, arresting your overthinking mind so that you can relax and drop down into your body, which holds the actual feeling of passion and enjoyment and excitement. And oh my God, I love this, right? Those are the key indicators that you are getting close to your authentic self when you're actually enjoying what you're talking about. Okay. Don't neglect that. So, mantra, there's hundreds of thousands of different mantras on this planet, but the ones that I teach are nestled inside of the lower 5 chakras. The 5 chakras, starting with the root, then the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat, all govern the somatic experience of your body. I don't teach going into the third eye or the crown chakra because we don't speak with the third eye and we don't speak with the crown chakra. So there's really no point in us getting up in there when we're talking about articulating our message. It's the 5 chakras that govern the body that I'm most concerned with. And each chakra corresponds to a particular vocal archetype. And these archetypes are like climates in your ecosystem. They're like different ingredients or spices that you would add into a recipe. We need them all to complete the recipe. They're all equally important. However, most of us are just really practiced in one archetype, really spicy cayenne pepper or something like that. And that would equate to the leader archetype, which is in the solar plexus, when you could benefit from a little bit of empathy, a little bit of sweet vanilla coming from that heart center, which is where the empath is located. When we can rotate, bend, and flex between all 5 vocal archetypes and anchor into all 5 chakras that govern the body through mantra, we will be able to anchor our awareness down into our body. And this is everything. I don't want to go on a tangent, but I kind of want to at the same time. So let's go for it here. If you know that great speakers are people who can make you feel something, we all can agree, right? Like a great speaker is someone who can get their audience to feel something. In order for that to happen, you need to be someone who can feel something first, ahead of your audience. And this is where everyone stops becoming a speaker and stops developing their voice because they don't want to feel. They don't want to feel the nervousness, the fear, the frustration, the sweatiness, the pulse, but all of those things indicate you're speaking about something you give a damn about. That's called passion, baby. And your body is just bodying in that moment. So we need to switch our thinking from those signals from the body are wrong, and we need to start embracing them. It's those signals that actually make us human. Okay? And when we can stay in the humanness and allow those feelings to be there, we can stay anchored in feeling. And you become a speaker who can feel first before their audience. And now you're someone who can actually easily transmit or pass along the spark of passion, enthusiasm, wisdom, love, hope, whatever it is you're hoping that your audience will get from you speaking. And point number 3, I'm going to give you an amazing system on how to actually get clarity on that really quickly. So mantra, I'm going to give you an example right now. When I want to tap into my, we'll say, visionary archetype, that's going to be in my my sacral chakra. And the visionary archetype is all about big picture. And one of the cute phrases of a visionary archetype is, let's not sweat the small stuff, right? You are a big thinker, and the job of the visionary is to move with the creative flows of your inner water, right? The element of the sacral chakra is water. And so creativity and the visionary archetype is always speaking about fluidity. You are someone who's using your voice to paint the picture of the future world, to bring people in to the magnificent journey you know that you can go on, and to rally the troops behind you. So you're not someone who thinks necessarily small or detailed. You are a big picture person, okay? But let's say now you're at a meeting at work and you have this big idea and you know what's possible for the team. But you need to be able to articulate that message. So one thing, another complementary archetype would be to button up or attach yourself with the storyteller archetype of the throat chakra. This is another archetype who can tell stories that compel, tell stories that have strong narrative so that people feel like they can see themselves in your passion project. This is important for getting buy-in, customers to shop, to want to be dedicated and devoted to your mission. Now, what I would do, knowing that I need both the visionary archetype for the big vision and the storyteller to actually land the story in the moment and tell people about this, is to now start to chant the mantra to both. So the mantra for the solar plexus, for the sacral chakra of the visionary is VAM, V-A-M. So by repeating VAM, VAM, VAM over and over and over again, you will start to put yourself into a hypnotic state. This is really important because VAM is the seed syllable that awakens that sacral chakra. It summons the energy of our visionary. Now, with the throat chakra, the storyteller archetype, the mantra or seed syllable is hum, H-A-M, hum, hum, hum. And you can go slower, you can go faster. But now these two together, vam and hum, vam, hum, vam, hum, or vam, hum, vam, hum, vam, hum. You can have fun with it and do whatever you want. But the point is to understand why you're chanting to each, what you're trying to summon and energize inside of you. Okay, so mantra is number one. Make sure you know the archetypes. Make sure you know what mantra activates each. The second technique to become and feel your authenticity is breathwork. Again, the body is where you hold emotion. The body is where you feel your most grounded, truest self. The head are just thoughts about it, right? But we really want the body. The body gives us the feeling. And when we get lit up by something, we're like, ooh, that's authentic. That was me right there, right? I just went crazy. I just made a fool of myself. I just started like being silly or goofy or maybe making jokes, like whatever it is that you normally do when your friends are around, that's your authentic self, okay? And think about the energy you're in when you're with your friends. That's a feeling, right? That's a body-based feeling. So breathwork is a great tool for helping you to get out of the head, to slow down or even stop the thoughts temporarily and get into your body. What I recommend doing is a really simple breath called ocean sounding breath. You take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose, but you're going to pretend that you're fogging a mirror. I'm going to walk you through this right now. If you know ocean sounding breath or ujjayi breath, you can do this on your own. You already know it, but let's go ahead for the people in the back and give them this tutorial right now. I want you to hold a hand up in front of your mouth and pretend you have a mirror here. And on the exhale, you're going to fog the mirror. Inhale, exhale, mouth open. Try it again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out your mouth, fog the mirror. You hear that sound? So now you're going to do it again, but on the exhale, you're going to close your mouth halfway. Do you feel the back of the throat constrict? Try it again. Inhale through the nose. You can put your mirror away. Exhale, open the mouth halfway through, close the mouth. That constriction and that hissing noise at the back of the throat is the ocean sound. So now let's try to do it on the inhale, just like you're doing on the exhale. I don't know where to hold my mic so you can hear it the most, but maybe you're hearing it. That is ujjayi. That is ocean sounding breath. It is a powerful breath to relax the mind, activate the parasympathetic nervous system that rest and digest, and to help you feel your way back down into your body, the place that produces sound, the place that produces passion, feeling, and authenticity. Number 3 is something that I have curated and I teach in all of my coaching programs. And this is a tool to help you find your way from the head into the body. That's the theme of today's talk. from the head to the body, because your body holds a feeling, and a feeling is going to point you to your authenticity, not a thought about how you need to be dressing, how you need to be being trendy, or whatever hook you need to be doing in your life to make your your reels pop off, all that nonsense that's amazing and fun, but also nonsense. This third tool is called the VPS. The VPS is known as the vocal positioning system. I got to thinking one day about, well, how do we actually navigate from the head to the body? And I thought, well, it's kind of like a car wanting a map, right? Like if I wanted to get from point A to point B, I'd use a map, I'd use my GPS. So now I invented the VPS, the vocal positioning system. We want to get from point A, the head, to point B, the heart, the body. But specifically, where should we be going? Where should we be focusing inside of our body? We ask our body to show us where to focus. And when your body shows you where to focus, this is actually where you should be speaking from. It's not the mouth, it's not the head. We want to have our awareness anchored into a specific place in our body. This is, again, going to keep you rooted in feeling and that authenticity. Think about it. When people go to their heads, they get very sterile. They get that robot voice. And that's what actually disconnects you from them. Okay. And so overthinking, conceptualizing, trying to be the expert, trying to be the most professional one in the room is actually going to make people so turned off from you. Right. So the VPS is going to help you avoid that. We do the VPS by answering 3 questions. Are you ready? I hope you're taking notes. Here we go. Question number 1 is, how do I want to feel when I speak? Did you even know you could answer that? Did you even know you could ask that? How do you want to feel when you speak today? Confident? Light? Inspiring? Hopeful? Intelligent? List it out. Try to write down 2, at most 2 adjectives. Question number 2, how do I want other people to feel when they encounter my voice? How do you want other people to feel as they hear you speak today? Do you want people to feel motivated? Do you want them to feel calm? Do you want them to feel hopeful? Write down, again, a max of 2 emotions. Okay. Now look at your list of what you wrote down for you and other people, and what words from each category, answers 1 and 2, pop off the page. Circle just one. Circle the one that popped off the page. So now you should have one main feeling of how you want to feel as you speak, and how main feeling you want other people to feel as they speak. Now the third question is, body, show me where those 2 emotions, those 2 energies currently live in my body. Show me where. And you close your eyes and you let your body speak to you. Now, this is really hard if you don't have a big somatic or energetic background. I know there's a lot of people. One of my clients, she was even a bodybuilder, someone who's very connected to her body, but she's never done this before. She's never had yoga experience or qigong or anything like that. So if it's difficult for you to feel your body speak to you and go, here, it's in the solar plexus, or here, it's in your heart, I don't want you to get discouraged. Instead, what I want you to do is you direct your body. So you imagine, let's say, for example, that you said you wanted to feel confident and you wanted other people to feel inspired. And I imagine confidence and inspired would be somewhere around the heart. And that's where you would speak from. In other words, you're right if you guess, and you're right if the body actually speaks to you. Over time, when you practice this, you'll develop a sensitivity, especially with steps 1 and 2, mantra and breathwork. You'll develop a sensitivity that will allow your body to speak to you more easily. So let's say you have more experience in yoga, somatics, and your body easily speaks to you. Where did you feel that? Where should you be speaking from? Put 1 and 2 hands on those locations. Breathe in through the nose and activate. Imagine the breath comes down and activates that heart or wherever your hands are. And as you exhale, you're going to exhale from wherever your hands are, out the open mouth, making an audible exhale. So inhale. This is the activation of the VPS. Inhale from the nose down to where your hands are. Imagine igniting it, pouring kerosene or gasoline on the fire of that energy center, of that chakra. And then exhale from the hand out the mouth with a audible keep doing that. Inhale. What we're doing is we're starting to map sound coming from that energy center. After you do that for about a minute, you are ready to rock and roll. Now, all of the words you utter today should come from that place, because you know your body's leading the way here and telling you that if you wanted to feel confident and you wanted to feel loving and you wanted to inspire others, you need to not talk with your head, but talk with your damn body. And now you know exactly where to be focused. All right, guys, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to try this today? Which ones are you going to be doing? And did this blow your mind, shift your thinking in any way? I'd love to know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, of course, drop them in. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. Start speaking up loudly. Start taking up space. I believe in you. We'll see you in the next video.